Hello and good morning. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons Mazda. Okay, here we have today a 2021 on a 21 plate Mazda 3 in Sport Lux specification with a 2-litre SKYACTIV-G petrol engine and a manual transmission. Finished in a colour called Polymetal Grey. This is a colour I think was introduced around the time that this car was actually sort of first introduced for sale. It's a wonderful colour, it's very, very different. You'd sort of argue at a distance it almost looks like a matte finish, but it's actually a metallic paint and looks absolutely lovely on the Mazda 3. It's a good colour for any car, to be honest, but looks particularly good on a Mazda 3. Stunning, stunning looking car. Mazda 3's won sort of loads of world design awards and all sorts when it was released in 2019. There's been a couple of little revisions to it since then, but a beautiful looking car. This is a car that we know very well. It's actually registered to our dealership. It's registered to us from new. It's an August 2021 registered car, and it's been under our care since day one. And at the time of doing this video, which is towards the end of February, the car's only covered just over 1,300 miles, so very, very minimal use and a very low mileage car. But as you'd expect, it's been under our care from day one, and the car is immaculate. It's in beautiful condition, as you'd expect for a sort of 6-month-old 1,300 mile car. Now, as I take you around the car, hopefully I'll be able to explain as much of the specification as I possibly can. There is no bad specification on a Mazda 3. They are all so well spec'd from the off. There's a base model called an SEL, which still comes with navigation and parking sensors and everything you could really want. This being a Sport Lux is actually 2 specifications above that model and offers you quite a lot more equipment. But as we go around, I'll show you as much of that as I can. Show you in the boot. There's just a little lever just under the Mazda badge here. You get a really good sized boot. Like I say, this is a sort of C-segment hatchback almost, but has a huge amount of space. Very difficult to justify in a video, but if we give you a side-on view, you'll be able to see how much depth there is to the boot. It's really, really good size for the car, and of course you've got a split in the rear seats and a parcel shelf as well. If I pop that down, if I come down to the bottom here, you'll also notice that's where the reversing camera is, and the car's fitted with factory parking sensors as well. Got these very, very nice alloy wheels, finished in like a sort of like a smoky grey almost. They're 18-inch, lovely style of alloy wheel as well, but a very nice finish too. Show you in the back of the car. You've got beautiful black cloth interior, and something that I am a bit of a fan of. I say this in a lot of videos, so I'm really sorry if I'm repeating myself. Dark headliner. I think that really adds to the sort of premium feel of the car, and just looks so smart. Makes it a really lovely place to be. Being the updated Mazda 3 as well, you've also got LED interior lighting. This is a bit of an underrated feature in my opinion. When you unlock the car at night time and it illuminates the cabin, it looks truly superb. Really quality, really premium feel. Very, very nice indeed. All the door cards, you've even got a little bit of leather extended onto the door cards and stitching there. You have keyless entry and start on this car. You also have all electric windows, power fold mirrors, and same in the front. Of course the car is as close to new car condition as you could get and virtually unmarked. Beautiful cabin, and Mazda have worked very, very hard on interior quality over the last few years, and this is a really lovely place to be. But of course we've got the Mazda branded overmats, as you'd expect. Right, if I start the car up, so when this shape came out a couple of years ago, sorry if there's a bit of sun glare, they released a digital dashboard on the car. So if I start the car up now, it's a push button start. You get that wonderful display come up that says Mazda 3, and then the speedometer come up as well. Now bear in mind this is all a digital display. You're actually able to convert this to kilometres. So if you are somebody who does likely to take the car abroad, at the press of a button you can go into one of the little sub menus and actually convert that whole centre screen like that into kilometres, which is just absolutely unbelievable. Really, really useful if you are to go abroad. It also changes what is in the head-up display, so I'll show you head-up display in a minute, but it has the speed and your navigation instructions projected onto the windscreen, so you can keep your eyes a little bit higher but at the press of a button, like I say, you can change that back to miles and kilometres. Very, very nice feature, that. Really like that. You've got Mazda's multimedia system in the centre here. Really nice size screen, very sort of bright, crystal clear display. The system has integrated navigation. If I go for reverse, you'll see really nice quality picture on the camera as well, and you have this sort of section at the side here which shows you your parking sensors front and back and which corner is beeping, which I really like. You've also got hands-free telephone, DAB digital radio, Bluetooth audio streaming, and factory finish Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Again, really, really nice feature that. If you haven't used it before, do recommend you have a look at it. But you're able to use various apps from your smartphone through this integrated display, as long as you're hardwired into a USB cable, which is lovely. I mentioned head-up display. Don't know if you're going to be able to see it very well, but straight ahead of us there in the hedge, there's a little 0 miles per hour logo. That is actually projected onto the windscreen. It's a little bit of a smear on the windscreen, sorry, apologies. But it shows you your current speed and the speed zone of the area you're in. You'll see it says 30 miles an hour there. That's because we're in a road just a minute away from the dealership and it's a 30 zone. But that is projected onto the windscreen, as you can see there, so you don't have to be looking down at your display here. You can keep your eyes that little bit higher up and on the road. You've got a climate control air conditioning system here, you'll notice as well. Heated seats. Being a cloth car, these heat up in seconds. It's so much faster than a leather car. Really, really good. You've got USB connectivity down there, push button start here. And for me, one of the most important features of this car, which is the 6-speed manual transmission. This is a lovely, lovely gearbox to use. I couldn't say enough about Mazda. They do make a good manual transmission, but this has a very clever technology on it, where it'll effectively rev match for the next gear. So when you go to change from, say, second to third, as you dip the clutch, the revs will drop down to where it needs to be to go into third perfectly. And it makes absolutely seamless gear changes. It just glides as you're changing. Really, really nice. You need to be able to drive it to be able to appreciate how good it is, but do recommend you have a drive of it. And of course you have an electronic handbrake on these as well, so you just have to have your foot on the brake, press it down to take it off, lift it the opposite direction to put it on. Couldn't be easier. Very simple. These do have an element of mild hybrid attached to them as well, so you might be able to see just on the left hand side of the display there, you've got that little symbol with the battery icon at the top and the 0 to 100. This gives you a live feed of your miles per gallon and what the car's actually doing. And as you're sort of coasting and you put your foot on the brake, it'll go into that blue section to start recharging the battery. So it's like I say, mild hybrid, and it will just save some of that electric for when you go to accelerate at a later point. There's also a live graphic of it. The car also has cylinder deactivation, so it can run on 2 cylinders, and you see this little display here that you can have, which shows you sort of a live graphic of what's going on, what's charging, what battery's being used. But if you're very gentle on a dual carriageway, you can get the car to run on 2 cylinders and your miles to the gallon goes through the roof. It's a really, really nice feature. Turn the car off. It's just making a noise. It makes me just open the door. You also have an adaptive cruise control feature on this car. Really sorry if the sun glare's bad and you can't see. So it has a laser guided cruise control system on it, where you can set a preset distance to the car in front of you, and it uses a sensor on the front of the car, which is just tucked behind the Mazda badge in the grille there, to maintain a preset distance to the car in front that you determine. And it will brake for you, it'll accelerate for you, and without any input with your feet on the pedals. That's pretty much everything. There's only so much we can cover in a video with the car, but if you've got any questions, by all means pick up the phone to us. If you'd like to arrange a drive, give us a call. Although we are a Mazda main dealer, we accept part exchanges from all manufacturers, and we're very competitive purchasers of used cars. Do give us a call and give us a try. If you're sort of tempted to call an online valuation service or a company that advertises on the TV, do give us a call first. Like I say, we will give you a more than competitive offer for your car. Thanks very much for watching. Give us a call if you've got any questions. We look forward to hearing from you. Cheers then.